Am I the asshole for not inviting my poorer relatives to my wedding for a good reason? I am getting married in June. I sent out my invitations in January to give everyone time to RSVP. We are having a destination wedding at a great resort in the Dominican Republic. Our invitations were expensive, and we thought it was a good place to economize if we only sent invitations to people who could afford to come. Right now, my mom says that she is very disappointed with me. I've upset so many people. My mom says that I was rude to judge people by their income. I didn't judge anyone. I just picked the people I thought could afford to go. Am I the asshole?
Yeah. Yep. And guess what? If you are so making ends meet and cheap that you can't pay the extra $100 or whatever it would be to invite everyone, you know, that you care about, that you would maybe want there, obviously, like they're upset, like they're close to you, then like, yeah, you're the asshole. Shit. Oh my God.
I was gonna say, I don't think it's wrong to have a destination. I know like a lot of people are like, I want to have a destination wedding because that way I can invite whoever I want to come, but I know people that don't care about me won't come, and then I won't have to pay for them, because like if you don't care about me, my extended family members, they're not going to fly somewhere, but they might go to the local country club. So like I get that, but it's like she picked and chose who to invite based off if she thinks they would be able to fly there and afford it.
Yeah, no. I think her outlook on like what a wedding is, you know, maybe is a little not as down to earth.
I was wondering, though, this sparked another question in me.
Okay.
Is it an asshole move to have a destination wedding and only invite a certain amount of people? Like, only invite people you actually want to go? Because obviously, for the most part, when people have a wedding, they invite everyone in their extended family because that's the polite thing to do, even if they're not super close to, like, the distant uncle or the distant cousin.
Right.
So I'm like, is it okay to have a wedding and just not invite those people, or is that rude? Like, I don't know the answer to that.
I think it is okay. I mean, that's the whole idea around like eloping, which technically I guess this is kind of like eloping a little bit, like not fully, but like you are going, once you're doing a destination wedding, you're doing that because you want a smaller one. Like Rebecca was just in Italy.
Yeah.
Or she's going to Italy for like a destination wedding, but it's like a very small wedding. It's like one of her childhood best friends, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you're having that wedding because you want it to be smaller.
Yeah. Or
and
like
at the
you
end
just
of the day, people have to respect that.
Yeah. And like you just know that it's going to be smaller. Like not everyone can afford or wants to pay to fly across the world.
Yeah, but still, like you don't know what's in people's bank accounts. Like you can't just be like, oh, you're poor. Yeah. You're not going to get on that flight.
That's why I was wondering about this situation, because I'm like, how did the people know the reason? Yeah. Or did they think that they just weren't invited?
Right.
Because if they thought they just weren't invited, that's where I was thinking, like, aren't you just allowed to have a smaller wedding where you don't invite everyone and their mom? Like, it's not like she sent out an email and she was like, anyone who can't afford it will not receive an invite. Yeah. It's like, how did they even know the reason? She's
digging herself a grave. Girl, you should have just been like, I want a small wedding. Yeah. Like, I'm only inviting X amount of people. I'm sorry, I would love to have you all there. Yeah. But I want a small wedding. You know, blame your husband. Blame your husband. Blame the guy you're marrying. Be like, he doesn't want more than 30 people there.
Lie to them.
Yeah, like, I don't know. That's what I would do.
Oh, maybe, though, the family talked. And they're like, I don't know. I just think that if my extended family, there's a lot of us, and if half the people got an invitation and I analyzed which half, I mean, everyone's kind of just in the same like financial boat, but I'm sure there are families that have like people on both ends of the spectrum. I feel like it would be obvious. It's like, oh, anyone that lives in a big house got an invite, and then we live a more frugal life and we didn't get an invite.
Yeah.
So maybe it is obvious why.
Yeah, it probably is.
I think what the girl did was really dumb. Like, I don't think she had bad intentions. Like, in her mind, she's like, oh, well, they're not going to be able to come anyway, so I'm just not even going to send them an invitation. In her mind, that's where it ended. Mm-hmm. But I think she was just dumb in the sense that she didn't understand that that would hurt people. And it's like, let's think. before we act.
Yeah, I think too that like weddings in general and like the sanctity of marriage and what a wedding is has changed with our generation a lot more. Because I think like this reminds me, my friend got married in the fall and her mother was upset with her that she didn't send out save the dates.
Okay.
She didn't save the dates out. And she was like, listen, like everyone that I really care about being at this wedding knows what day the wedding is. I told them over a year ago. They know. And her mom was like, but what about grandma's like friends like that you're inviting? And she was like, well, like they're grandma's friends, you know, I don't know. And if it's really that big of a deal, like, you know what I mean? Like the people that I really want there already know.
Yeah.
I think that kind of goes along with it too, because I don't know. I just feel like back in the day, it was such a formality. Like every cousin, every distant cousin. When do you see your distant cousins? You see them at the funerals and at the weddings. Like that's what it was like. And that's not it anymore. Where I feel like our generation is kind of like, well, why? Like, why am I going to invite them to my wedding? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Or in this case, like, I don't know.
Totally.
But so I just think, you know, marriages and weddings in general have just changed.
Yeah, totally.
And I feel like a lot of times it's kind of like the older relatives that are like, and it's like,
no, that's so true. And like, I'll say like in my life, I do have like distant relatives that I really never see. And like, of course I'm going to invite them to my wedding, but if they chose to not go, like I honestly wouldn't be offended. I don't know. Like we never see each other.
Right.
Like I have cousins that I'm like, or like second cousins, whatever, that I'm like, I literally never see you. So if you chose to not come to my wedding, like I'm not going to be upset.
Yeah. And it's hard for me because like my outlook on it is like, well, did they meet who I'm marrying? Like, you know what I mean? Like if they haven't met who you're marrying, then it's like they're going to meet at our wedding. Like,
yes.
I don't know. That's just my look on it. But I think in this case, the way she's saying it is a little like classist. Like,
yes.
Don't do that. Like,
definitely.
Yeah. And again, you're being frugal yourself. If you're worried about the invitations, like how many more people would it be? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's so true.
Yeah. And don't have a wedding that you can't afford. Dang.